So have we covered most of the topics of the syllabus? Except I know that ये जो कोपन, त्रिवार्था and thorn white ये बचा है. But anticyclones comfortable हो? Whatever we did yesterday quickly. क्वेश्चन अभी तक नहीं आया है इन एंटीसाइक्लॉन्स. एक बार रविंद्र सिंह से पढ़ लेना व्हाट इज ब्लॉकिंग एंटीसाइक्लॉन, व्हाट इज वार्म एंटीसाइक्लॉन, व्हाट इज कोल्ड एंटीसाइक्लॉन. आई विल नॉट टेल दैट इन द क्लास. फाइन. Any doubt in thunderstorms and tornadoes? Have you gone through it? So what is tornado? कुछ नहीं. Tornado is just like a, you take the handout on thunderstorms and tornadoes, and any person who is after 2-3 days. So tornado and thunderstorms and tropical cyclones ka more or less it is same. You just have to remember the diameter that is present in the each. So in the tornado the diameter is very less and it goes on increasing as we go up. Given you the diameter is somewhere around 400 meters etc. Secondly, in the tornado, because the energy is high and there is a intense rise of the air, so cumulonimbus clouds form hoga and suddenly they will give rainfall, and therefore most of the tornadoes will remain maximum for 20 minutes. But sometimes there can be tornado which will remain for 7 days. But average life of tornado is 20 minutes. Average life of tropical cyclone is 15 to 20 days. Average life of thunderstorm is 3 to 4 hours. Fine. Next thing is regarding this is tornado mostly are located in the USA, and we have done this many times, that why they are located in USA, because of the mixing up of warm and cold air masses and the impact of the ocean currents on those air masses, especially the warm air mass of the which originates from the Gulf of Mexico region. So there was one question in the ocean currents when we did the ocean currents, and if you have tried writing the answer, that question तभी भी आंसर लिख सकते थे, but when you do the climatology and now you can write the holistic answer कि Labrador current, how it will impact the air mass, how the Gulf Stream will impact the air mass and thus it will help in the formation of tornado, or how the Gulf Stream or any warm currents, कल का diagram, will impact the air masses, and as a result of this how the air will become warmer and therefore there will be intensification of cyclones, how the cold currents does not allow the ITCZ to shift, and therefore because the ITCZ does not shift there is no tropical cyclones. ये सब आने दो आंसर में, the impact of the air masses, and then temperature inversion, fronts, ये तो आएगा ही, whatever you know, there is fog etc. Fine. Now some students showed me after writing those answers, that is the impact of the ocean currents on the air mass, they had written importance of the ocean currents. लगना चाहिए question, दोनों का answer is more or less same, but your language, your approach should be, you are telling the examiner how warm ocean current is affecting how air mass, which air mass, how the cold ocean current with example is affecting the air mass. You should not write that these are the best fishing regions of the world. You should not write that this is important for navigation. वो पूछा ही नहीं है. Understanding? Fishing has nothing to do with the air masses. Secondly, always after I finish a topic, go through the syllabus of the topic and remind me what I have done and what I have not done. Yesterday when I was looking at the oceanography, I saw that I have not done eustatic changes in the sea level. Nobody reminded me, right? There is one topic which is known as eustatic changes in the sea level. And remember, eustatic changes in the sea level, eustatic sea level changes. Can someone tell me what is eustatic changes in the sea level? Rise of and the fall of the sea level. Q? Sea level. It is nothing but rise and fall in the sea level only, but there are two types of rise and fall in the sea level. One is eustatic and one is रिलेटिव, फाइन। ऐसा ही कोई टॉपिक ऑप्शनल में नहीं आएगा। यूस्टैटिक चेंजेस इज स्लाइटली डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द नॉर्मल राइज एंड फॉल इन सी लेवल। ठीक चल रहा है। अच्छा, ये पेन भी उन्हीं का है?
पेन तो दिया है लगा हुआ।
ये किसका पेन है? So, ठीक है। Blocking, etc. anticyclones. Now today we'll start with the eustatic changes. Climate change में end में लूँगा. First we'll start with the climatic classifications. जो टॉपिक्स हुए हैं एक बार पास्ट ईयर क्वेश्चंस आज क्लाइमेटोलॉजी के डिस्कस करूँगा, जो नहीं हमने किए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन ऑन स्टॉर्म सर्ज एंड सीच. इफ यू हैव सीन देयर इज वन क्वेश्चन ऑन स्टॉर्म सर्ज एंड सीच. वी हैव डन बोथ स्टॉर्म सर्ज एंड सीच, बट उसको कैसे 10 वर्ड्स में 100 वर्ड्स में लिखना है दैट आई विल टेल यू. यू नो व्हाट इज स्टॉर्म सर्ज? कहाँ पे पढ़ा है स्टॉर्म सर्ज? कल ही पढ़ा है साइक्लोन्स में. क्यों होता है? यू नो व्हाट इज सीच? There is a question, distinguish between the storm surge and siege. You know what is siege? Siege is, which part of India is famous for tidal energy? The Gulf of Khambat. Why? Can I say because the sea water here is funneled into a very narrow land, and therefore the height tide of the height increases. That is siege. Understanding? When the water gets funneled in the narrow land. So one is associated with the climatic disturbance, one is associated with the shape. वो इसमें आएगा, थॉर्नवाइट में आएगा. ठीक है, सूडो मॉनसून. हाँ, ऐसे रिमाइंड करो मुझे. So there are 3 players here: Köppen, Trevartha, and because this is a complex topic, we'll go through our old practice of first looking how the questions are asked. Fine, in the Köppen, Trevartha and Thornwald, ताकि you will get an idea how you should study this topic. So the first question when the geography optional was introduced is Köppen. Getting it? Compare the basis of the climatic classification of the Köppen with that of Thornwald. 86 में the first question, Köppen and Thornwald का comparison they had asked. Second question is discuss critically the characteristics of tropical cyclone and how they differ. यही जो कल हमने discuss किया. Fine. Third question, again question number 5, 90 में explain the basic criteria used for Thornwald's 1948 classification. Means the Thornwald may have given 2 different classification. उसमें से UPSC has asked you the 1948 का classification of Thornwald. Write a short note on hydrological cycle. This I will do as the end part, applied climatology में hydrological cycle. Next question, फिर से third time, question number 9, 1994. Explain the basis of Köppen's classification of climate, also mentions its merits and limitations. See, can you realize अभी तक हमने 3 क्वेश्चन देखे हैं, Thornwald सिर्फ ऊपर से पूछा है, Köppen को डिटेल में पूछा है. Fine, merits, demerits, etc. उसके बाद क्वेश्चन नंबर 95 में इलस्ट्रेट द लाइफ साइकिल ऑफ अ टेम्परेट साइक्लोन एंड आल्सो डिस्क्राइब द वेदर एसोसिएटेड विद इट. क्या लिखोगे इसमें? What you are going to write in the life cycle of a temperate cyclone? Stage wise, frontal theory, wave theory of cyclone. And weather conditions, west to east कैसे move करेगा? Critically examine the drawbacks of Köppen's classification of climate. Explain how Thornwright attempted to overcome the limitations. So understanding, this is how the map is. पहले Köppen ने दिया, फिर Thornwright ने दिया, and last में Trevarthe ने दिया. Davis, Penck. Same like this. He is like a Davis, he is like Penck. And he is not king. He is the, इसी का classification बहुत easy करना, which we follow it nowadays. फिर the next question which came from Köppen and Thornwright is 1999 में. Now till the 1999 you can see the pattern was so easy कि हर 4 साल बाद Köppen Thornwright आएगा. People used to predict like this. Fine? पिछले साल आके गया है तो नहीं आएगा, हर 4 साल बाद आएगा. That was UPSC का pattern. It was very easy till 2005-06. 4 साल हो गए, 2 साल. अब questions कभी भी आ सकता है. So CS type of climate as per Köppen. CS is one kind of an climate. Then again discuss the criteria which Thornwright adopted for its 1948 classification. Repeated. Thornwright में they are generally asking the criteria only. फिर से Köppen 2005 में discuss the main features of the climatic classification evolved by the Köppen and point out उसका negatives. फिर से the question directly in 2015. Discuss the basis of Köppen's climatic classification. Bring out the salient features associated with which climate? CS type of climate. उसके बीच I hope there is no question I have missed. Right? There is no question. From the, which one? 22. Potential evapotranspiration. Yes, 2004 में there is a question, potential evapotranspiration. Before I go to next part, that is, tell me what you are going to write a short note on tropical atmospheric instability. 2009 का question. क्या लिखोगे इसमें? 20 words के question. 20 marks के. Tropical atmospheric stability. Instability. You should mention what is instability quickly. उसके बाद tropical cyclones और thunderstorms, tornadoes. Understanding? ये 3 लिखने हैं. Tropical atmospheric instability में what are the disturbances in the this thing? There are 3 types of tropical atmospheric instability: tropical cyclones, thunderstorms, tornadoes. Right? And lastly, you can also mention about permanent zone of instability, that is the ITCZ, जहाँ से the air is rising upwards. ये 4 point आने दो इस आंसर में. Getting it? So you can see the questions in last 5-6 years have been less from this topic, but पुराने time में इस topic में से बहुत ज़्यादा questions थे. Some questions will come even in the chapter number 4, Notogean realm, Mediterranean realm. Mediterranean realm is CS type of climate. और हमें कैसे पता चलेगा CS type of climate है ये? You will have to mug up all these facts. You will have to remember all this, right? And just like Davis Penck it is same like this. If it is known, full marks, क्योंकि इसमें फिर कुछ गलतियां नहीं है. If you don't know, then obviously you are going to, but if you write Trevartha properly everything, and if the question is of 20 marks, why the examiner should not give you 15 marks? Getting it? And if you write the problems of migration very beautifully, it is subjective. उसको लगेगा ये प्रॉब्लम है, आपको लगेगा ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. You may have missed some point. That is the फायदा of ये first 3 chapters. Right? So first, climatic classifications. The climatic classifications are a way to understand variations in the weather on climate and its impact on the area. Next point, the study of weather and climates in an area. The study of weather and climates in an area is known as regional climatology. The importance of classification is it makes the subject scientific. Objective and systematic. तीन चार पॉइंट्स ऐसे याद रखते जाओ. And remember, whatever examples we are doing here, whatever the point we are doing here, we will require them as examples in आगे के 5-6 lectures. That is in the whether geography is a science or whether geography is a humanity. उसमें, fine? So when I say the word systematic means systematic का meaning क्या है? क्यों? Science, you are saying it is systems analysis. I am asking you the word systematic. That is systematic. Systematic means well organized. Fine? Well organized. And ये होता है of any science subject. Science is always chronological. Humanities is always chorological. What do you mean by science is always chronological and generally humanities is always chorological? In order. First this. Humanities is chorological. Chorological मतलब? See, imagine I am teaching you history. इमेजिन करो ये हिस्ट्री का क्लास होता है इंस्टेड ऑफ ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल. फाइन? कैसे हम बैठे रहते, पेन रख के, मेरे को इसकी ज़रूरत ही नहीं, एक हाथ कभी पॉइंटर की ज़रूरत, और बातें, वी वुड हैव टॉक्ड, वी वुड हैव analyzed only on the basis of talking. So when anything is described in the forms of story without any chronological sequence, that is chorological. Chorological is storytelling, chronological is objective. So geography क्या है? Chronological है या chorological है? Geography is both. Fine. अब whether geography is a science or not, उसके लिए I told you a story. I will again come to that. But this theories जो है, this make the geography systematic. Systematic means it makes the geography scientific in nature. Fine. So next, the classification. The classification is a device by which multiplicity of the atmospheric conditions of atmospheric conditions upon the earth are meaningfully organized. This can be a start of your answer. This sentence you can start your answer directly with. Is a device by which multiplicity of atmospheric conditions are meaningfully organized. Their variations understood. And they have predictive value. They have predictive value. Full stop. It enables the geographer to predict vegetation, soils, animal life, and landforms. Do you agree with this कि climate इन चारों से associated है? That is, climate will determine the vegetation, climate will determine what kind of soil it is there, climate will determine the animal life, and climate will determine the landforms. इनका prediction आगे जाके क्या होने वाला है? Fine? You know who were Vikings? Who? People who? Scandinavian countries. क्या किया था उन्होंने? The people who captured the Scandinavian countries much earlier. कब capture किया था Scandinavian countries by Vikings? When did they capture? 1000 BC. Why? And they left the Scandinavian countries by 1500 AD. Vikings stayed in the Scandinavian countries, especially Iceland region, till 1100 AD, and they started living from 1100 to 1500 AD के आसपास they totally left. Why is this? Because that time Iceland was having temperate deciduous forest. It was not at all having an ice cap. There was only one ice cap in northern hemisphere, little bit ice cap in Greenland and little bit in Arctic. बाकी का all the region was extremely green. बाकी का all the region was having deciduous forest. Surprisingly, you will understand later on कि the tropical forest were present even in Siberia. क्या है आज Siberia में? It is an extremely cold climate. This is what is the Milankovitch cycle, that is the natural climatic changes. I told you much earlier that we are living in the mini ice age period. So mini ice age period ended in 1880 AD, Mughal rule के आसपास. And उसके बाद there is a warm period, and it is said that the mini ice age will again come. So that is why the problem is कि ये जो global warming which is occurring, is it natural or whether it is anthropogenic only, because after the ice age has ended, the climate will start rising, the temperatures will rising. So we are living between the two ice ages, and therefore the temperature will start rising. ये कैसे पता लगता है? ये तभी पता लगेगा if you know that E type of climate is means polar climate. You know what are the characteristics, what is the soil life, animal life of polar climate, and then you can predict कि पहले क्या था. And suppose if you get in the polar climate a tree of people या mango, predictive value as well as the analysis value. यहाँ पे mango का tree naturally है, means it was once a tropical climate. अब यहाँ पे understanding this. So this, and how do we understand this? We understand this by two things. One of the important way why we understand the climate is dendrochronology, the study of rings in the tree. Dendrochronology. Next point, climatic classification is of two types, empirical and genetic. Climatic classification is of two types, empirical and genetic. Is of two types, empirical and genetic. Before I progress, climatic classification, do it only from the notes, and some value added material I will give you उसमें से ही. Don't do it from Savindra Singh क्योंकि confuse हो जाओगे. What do you mean by empirical? Empirical is based on evidences, means statistics. Genetic means based on origin, how it has originated, why it may originate, etc. In words के साथ अब become familiar because these words will keep on coming in the thought. And आपको आज मुझे बताना है whether Thevartha is empirical, Thornwhite is empirical, Köppen is empirical, yeah, they are genetic. Genetic based on origin, one based on statistics. So empirical means based on statistics, based on statistics and observations. Genetic means related to causes or causes, or genesis means origin of climate. Which is more objective? Statistics वाला याद रखना, this is more objective. Next point. The first climatic classification, was proposed by, the first climatic classification was proposed by Köppen, by Vladimir Köppen. Vladimir Köppen, a German climatologist, is not Russian as we think. बताता हूँ. In 1900, much before the World War, तो वो रशिया का पार्ट था, even some parts of Germany. In 1900, full stop. It is based on world vegetation map, based on world vegetation map of कैंडोले. कैंडोले अभी तक कभी एग्जाम में आया नहीं है, बट इसका पढ़ना is necessary, then only the subject will become very easy. Now, who was a Candolle? Candolle was French botanist, and he gave the world map in which he divided the climates into 3. So Candolle, will take it only in points, gave the world map in 1874 of it was the first world vegetation atlas. In which he divided the climates on the basis of temperature and moisture. He used the 2 parameters, temperature and moisture. Take it only in points. क्या क्या यूज किया parameters? Temperature and moisture. The same parameters were used by everyone. सिर्फ the difference is Thornwhite did not use temperature. Thornwhite used effective temperature, कि कितना temperature is going to be effective, and जितना temperature ज़्यादा है उसने use किया कि उस कितना loss of heat will be there, कितना temperature से there will be loss of moisture, what he calls as potential evapotranspiration. Understanding? If the temperature is greater, loss of moisture is greater. Fine? Thornwhite calculated that, and that is what is known as potential evapotranspiration. उसने जब divide किया, he divided on the basis of temperature and moisture and said there are 5 types of climates. सबसे था megatherms. Understand the words. Megatherms. Mega means large, therms means temperature. This is the type of a climate which is found in the regions having more than 18 degrees Celsius of temperature throughout the year. It does not have any winter season. Growing season is there, don't write anything, it does not have any winter season. Growing season is there throughout the year, the plants will grow throughout the year, and there is high heat always. The minimum temperature कभी भी 18 डिग्री से नीचे नहीं जाएगा. He is referring to which area of the world? There is no winters. देखो, he is not right, but एक region जहाँ पे winters ही नहीं है, winters नहीं है. ब्रिटेन में तो विंटर्स नहीं है, तो वो लोग इतने गोरे कैसे हो सकते हैं? देसी लॉजिक तो अप्लाई करो. डोंट वरी, winters are there. Winters are not there only between 0 to 10 degree north, 0 to 10 degree south. So megatherms, 2-3 made. Why I am saying this? यही words है कोपेन में, यही words है थ्रेवार्था में. Thornwhite थोड़ा अलग है. That is why I say Thornwhite is pink. Megatherms, uniformly high temperature throughout the year. winterless season. Winterless season. Average temperature of coldest month. Average temperature of coldest month. Above 18 degrees Celsius. See, don't stick to the word 18 degrees Celsius. It can be above 18 degrees, 30 degrees also. Above 18 degrees, 40 degrees also. Fine? Average temperature of the coldest month above 18 degrees Celsius. At least 1 month of heavy precipitation. At least 1 month of heavy precipitation. Two rainy seasons. देखो दो है मॉइस्चर टेम्परेचर. क्या क्या एग्जाम के लिए याद रखोगे? टेम्परेचर, नो विंटर्स, high temperature throughout the year, and at least 2 months of rainy season. 2 rainy season, and there is at least 1 month of very heavy precipitation. He has not mentioned there will be precipitation in the 4 months. He is saying see, understand this language. Precipitation hoga throughout the year, but at least 1 month there will be very, very heavy precipitation. So if I draw the equatorial type of climate, Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. These are the rainfall charts. You can see Jan May there is less rainfall, it increases in Feb, it is very high in March, it is very high in April also, May it decreases, it is least in the month of June, July, August May it increases, September, October again it is high. November May it decreases, and December May again it is low. Fine. So at least, and if I want to show you the temperature of this climate, suppose this is my chart graph. January May the temperature decreases, it increases in the month of March, April, it slightly decreases in the month of May, June, again September, October it increases, and it decreases in the month of December. Decrease is 30 degrees. Highest temperature is 35 to 40 degrees. Means, ऊपर की line is showing the temperature, नीचे का line is showing the bars, and this shows how the temperature is varying from 30 to 35 degrees. Which region is this? This is the region of equator. Why? March, April में temperature is highest. September, October में temperature is highest. That is during the equinoxes the temperature is highest. Understanding? Secondly, this region is having very heavy rainfall, March, April, September, October. 2 rainy seasons. Why? Because sun is exactly over the equator. These are the areas of megatherms. Bracket में लिखना coincides with the equatorial type of climate. Coincides with the equatorial type of climate. Second is कैंडोले का मैप है ये कभी क्वेश्चन पूछा नहीं है. Why I am making you write this? We have seen all the questions. I am making you write this because this is not climate, this is chapter 5. ये फिर से हमें chapter 5 में पढ़ना है. Then I will just tell you, you have already written the Candoleca map. Fine? This is chapter 5, environment and ecology. He used the world atlas prepared by Candolle to give his own classification. Understanding? Copen. So, xerophytes. Plants prefer aridity and high temperatures. Plants prefer aridity and high temperatures. And have short growing season. Have short growing season. Next point, short growing season. These plants are found in middle latitudes, in the regions of deserts, and semi-arid steppe. Semi-arid steppe means savanna. Semi-arid steppe. Next point, the type of vegetation. See, it is not climatic map, it is a vegetation atlas. So the type of vegetation varies with soil. The type of vegetation varies with soil. Understanding this? The type of vegetation varies with soil. Next is mesotherms. Meso means middle. So ये है plants that require moderate amount of temperature and moisture. Found between 20 degrees to 45 degrees north and south. Most of the trees shed their leaves during dry season. And सबसे important line, warmest month is above 22 degrees Celsius. Warmest month is above 22 degrees Celsius. And the coldest month is below 18 degrees Celsius. And the coldest month is below 18 degrees Celsius. Next, microtherms. Microtherms. Can you understand what is microtherms? India will come in what? Meso. India comes in meso. Let's say India has all three. A micro, you go to the Britain, you go to the Siberia, you go to the cool temperate regions of the world. In the cool temperate regions of the world, there are short summers which are cool and long cold winters. Summers are short but cool, but the winters are long and cold. Understanding? Therefore, growing season is short. इसको हम कहेंगे GS एक्सेट्रा में अल्पाइन फॉरेस्ट्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. इस साल क्वेश्चन था प्रीलिम्स में, which is the national park that is located totally in the alpine region? What was the answer? Valley of Flowers. Now, if you understand the logic, even if you don't know anything, you can answer this. Alpine means short growing season. So, short growing season mein trees will grow, yeah, there will be shrubs. There will be shrubs. And shrubs will have to complete their one life cycle entirely in that short growing season. To complete their one life cycle in the short growing season, they will have to attract insects for pollination. To attract insects for pollination, they should have beautiful flowers which can make honey. Understanding? So, इसीलिए always in the worst climatic conditions where the growing season is very short, flowers are most beautiful. आंसर डायरेक्टली उसमें ही है. इतना आसान क्वेश्चन है ये जीएस के लिए. अगर वर्ड अल्पाइन का मीनिंग पता है, शॉर्ट ग्रोइंग सीजन, एंड देयरफॉर श्रब्स, एंड श्रब्स है तो बहुत सुंदर पेड़. ऑन अदर हैंड, जहाँ पे ग्रोइंग सीजन इज वेरी लार्ज लाइक अस इंडिया, फूल इतने अच्छे नहीं होते. क्यों? ट्रीज विल ग्रो, trees will grow up to a greater height. They will produce the food. Because they will produce the food, insects, animals, birds, human beings, all will get attracted. As all will get attracted, they will start eating the food. They will go from one tree to another. खुद ही cross pollination करेंगे. Understanding? See, and what is difference between superstition and science? यहाँ पे मेरे घर में एक अचानक पीपल का पेड़ आ गया in last to last month. तो एक ये खाली था पौधा. It died because it was winter and I did not replant it. I had brought some plants from Bombay and I had planted it, but वो दिल्ली की heat में they could not survive. They died. And suddenly my mother came last month and she said, देख श्रावण के महीने में पीपल का पेड़ आ गया. God is blessing you. I said, कोई कबूतर आके बैठा होगा पीपल में से and उसने वहाँ बीज डाली होगी. It did not, or it must have come through wind. Understanding? So this is what is happening in the countries like us. They don't have to have flowers, but यहाँ पे, getting it? So next point. The mean temperature of the coldest month. The temperature of the coldest month is below 6 degrees Celsius. Is below 6 degrees Celsius. And warm month is above 10 degrees Celsius but below 22 degrees Celsius. I'll quickly revise जो हम कर रहे हैं अभी. First above 18 degree Celsius हमेशा. Fine. Xerophytes. There is no temperature वाला reference. He has just said there is high heat and very less moisture. Underline the keyword. See, look at your notes. First इसमें, because अगर ये समझ में आया तो Köppen is very easy. First इसमें is there, what is the condition? There is a condition of temperature. कितना होना चाहिए? Above 18 degrees Celsius, right? Xerophytes, there is no condition of temperature. There is a condition कि moisture is very less. Fine? He has not specified the value of temperature. There is no specified value of temperature. Mesotherms में there is a specified value of temperature. कितना? Between 18 degrees Celsius to 22 degrees Celsius. Temperature. I don't think. Average value of temperature is between 18 to 22 degrees Celsius. Microtherms में the average value of temperature is 6 degrees Celsius से नीचे in winters and 10 degrees Celsius से above in summers. And last is Hecistotherms. 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 Polar climate. Polar climate. Where there is permanent snow cover, where there is permanent snow cover, next, it is beyond the tree line, it is beyond the limits of tree growth. It is beyond the limits of tree growth. Means trees will never grow in this region. This is Hecistotherms. Understanding? Extremely cold climates. Less than 6 degrees Celsius, 0 degrees Celsius के आसपास. Now you understand the Köppen का scheme. Köppen said there are 5 climatic types: A, B, C, D, E. Fine. Out of this, climate A, climate C, climate D, climate E is based on temperature. Climate B is based on or moisture. Let us look at his scheme. A, megatherms based on temperature. C, mesotherms. D, microtherms. E, hecistotherms. And one which is based on moisture is B, xerophytes. कुछ नहीं, as it is Candole's की scheme है. Getting it? Only thing is he has not used the word given by Candole. He has divided the climate into A, which is similar to megatherms. B, Candole कहता है there is no moisture, it is not based on temperature. Köppen भी कहता है it is not based on temperature, it is based on moisture index. Moisture is very less because evaporation is more. That is what is, he called it as xerophytes. You have used this word so much time in GS, xerophytes. Vegetation that grows in the deserts, vegetation that is adapted to the dry climates, humidity province. और उसी को बुक्स थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेट करते हैं. कोपेन के are 5 provinces, 4 are temperature provinces, 1 is humidity province. Understanding now the meaning of this word? Okay, the 5 are based on temperature, 1 is based on humidity. Getting it? So the desert जो है, it is always based on 2. एक होता है semi desert and एक होता है desert. So it is S and H. S stands for semi arid steppe, H stands for arid. It's very simple. Understood Köppen? लिखना अलग है, but have you understood Köppen? Köppen used 2 conditions, temperature and moisture. His climatic classification was revised multiple times, but it is based on Candole's classification, in which Candole divided एक box बना दो फट से exam में, and don't mention anything, the provinces into megatherms, xerophytes, mesotherms, microtherms and hecistotherms. Taking inspiration from Candole, there are 5 provinces. 4 are based on temperature, and they are province A, province C, province D, province E. E stands for polar, D stands for the alpine, C stands for temperate, and A stands for equatorial. And based on the humidity provinces, it is xerophytic, that is, it is semi-arid and arid. Getting it? C is further divided into, देखो बहुत आसान है इसमें, C is further divided into CS, CW. C is further divided into CS and CW. CS so CS में summers are dry, that means winter rain. CW में winters are dry, that means summer rain. I'm telling you how easy it is. सिर्फ books में पढ़ते हो तो difficult लगता है. Is it in the middle latitudes or in sea climate? Yes, it comes in the mesotherms. Now in the middle latitudes, which type of climate has dry summers but rainy winters? Mediterranean. So UPSC का favorite Mediterranean. CS type of climate मतलब कुछ नहीं, characteristics of Mediterranean type of climate. S मतलब dry summers, W मतलब dry winters. क्यों CS ही पूछेगा UPSC, CW क्यों नहीं पूछेगा? Because except for the Mediterranean type of climate, each and every type of climate in the world will have dry winters but wet summers. Mediterranean type of climate is exception. इसलिए GS में भी you focus on Mediterranean type of climate and optional में भी you focus on Mediterranean type of climate. The only difference is उसमें directly आता है Mediterranean type of climate, यहाँ पे पूछते हैं CS of Köppen. Understanding? Clear? This is what is this climatic classification. पढ़ना है हमें डिटेल में, but what is the benefit of this climatic classification? अभी क्या लगा आपको climatic classification? Is it easy? Yes, that is the first benefit. Can you understand it before I taught you in detail this climatic classification? Did you understood it? A, B, C, D, E? Fine. So that is the second benefit of this climatic classification. It is understood by the students and not by the experts only. It can be understood even by the normal students of geography or normal students of the science subjects, social sciences. Third benefit, कितने type of climate है? 5. You can easily make a world map for it. That is the third benefit. You can easily make a world map. But what is उसका disadvantages? Are there only 5 climates in the world? No. What is uska one more benefit कि he has used simple symbols to determine the climates. इतने difficult words भी नहीं use किए, hecistotherms वो सब. A type of climate, B type of climate, C type of climate. He has used the simple symbols. A type of climate, A, W, मतलब winter dry. A is further divided into A and AW. AW means winter dry. Summer's rain. कहाँ पे? India. Right? A is in tropics, where the winter में temperature will never fall below 18 degrees Celsius, except for some regions. Right? So this is what is his benefit. Understood? This is what is Köppen. Thornwright कहता है नहीं, 5 type of climate नहीं है. 128 type of climates. That is why Penck, Davis. It is very easy to understand. It may be right, it may not be wrong. It may not be right. It is slightly full of error. But world over followers किसके है? Köppen's. Köppen को और Köppen के बाद आया Thornwright. Thornwright ने कहा कि Köppen ने बहुत कम दिया है. This is not. So he gave a very detailed climatic classification. But the problem is it is understood only by the experts. And then came Trevartha. Trevartha ने कहा ऐसे climatic classification का क्या फायदा जिसमें world map नहीं बना सकते. Geography is all about maps. This is the word of Trevartha. And Köppen cannot be represented on the, Thornwright cannot be represented on the world map. So he rejected it. He simplified Köppen and gave the climatic classification. And this is what we study. This is what is present in your NCERTs. Understanding? So first we'll do Köppen's classification. It is an empirical classification based on world vegetation zones of Candoli. First point, you can directly start an answer with this. World vegetation zones of Candoli. Of Candoli. Understood this map? This is an imaginary continent, and because imaginary continent hai, it has to be more like a world only. In northern hemisphere mein it is broad, southern hemisphere mein it is tapering, and this is how Candolle said this is how the vegetations are distributed. You can see deserts even in the Candolle's map are located on the western side of the continents. Cold deserts nahi hai isme. Cold deserts are exceptions. वो EW में हेकिस्टोथर्म्स में आएंगे. Can I continue? Next point, Köppen was convinced that there is a perfect relationship between vegetation and climate. Vegetation and climate. Vegetation and climate. What was he convinced? कि there is a perfect relationship between vegetation and climate, and इसीलिए उसने world map Candolle का use किया. Understanding? Next. He gave the first classification in 1900. Revised in 1918. 1900, comma, revised it in 1918, based on more attention to monthly and annual average of temperature comma precipitation and their seasonal distribution. Fine. Next point. He again modified it in 1936. Next point, he again modified it in 1936. And published Köppen Geiger World Map, and published Köppen Geiger World Map. Sorry, it is GEI Geiger World Map. GER World Map. full stop. And the final version of modified classification was published in 1953, known as Köppen. Final version was published in 1953, known as Köppen-Geiger-Pohls classification. Köppen-Geiger-Pohls classification. Try to first understand the words. There are two categories. This is rough work. ये exam में करने की ज़रूरत नहीं. This is for your revision. Yeah, there are some major categories and there are some minor categories in his classification. I have already told you the major categories. The major categories are A, B, C, D, E, capital words. Fine. The minor categories are F, rainfall throughout the year. Fine. M, monsoonal climate. So India comes in A, M. AF means rainfall throughout the year. कौन सा है AF? Winter, equatorial type of climate. So जब हम Indian geography की NCERT, when we do it only from prelims point of view, तो उसमें दिया होगा केरला के पास AF. Understood why Kerala comes under AF? Because A means equatorial, F means rainfall throughout the year, A means tropical, F means rainfall throughout the year, AM means monsoonal, small s means summers dry, small w means winters dry, small h means deserts, no rainfall throughout the year, yeah, very little rainfall throughout the year. Ab AF, AM, CS, CW, BWH, BSH, BWS, BSH. ऐसा है ये classification. So you have to understand there are two categories. Fine. Now his classification. Five principal categories. There are 5 principal categories. Five principal categories. In the exam, make sure that you write 5 principal categories, not 5. 5 principal categories, with each category designated by capital letters. With each category designated by the capital letters. First, A. Humid, tropical climate. Humid tropical climate. 5. This is equivalent to what climate? Megatherms. So here it is a winterless climate. देखो same वही words है, it is winterless climate. all months have average temperature more than 18 degrees Celsius, more than 18 degrees Celsius. Next, it has very low diurnal range of temperature. It has very low daily or diurnal range of temperature. The A type is further divided into AF is further divided into AF. AF मतलब अब कौन सा होगा? Equatorial type of climate. AF equatorial. A is capital, F is small. Second order categories all are smaller. कैपिटल में सिर्फ मेजर कैटेगरीज हैं 5 A, B, C, D, E, बाकी के सब स्मॉल है. Second point in AF, precipitation in driest month is more than 6 centimeters. Even in the driest month, the precipitation is more than 6 centimeters. Clear? Next point. 6 centimeters. Next point. Rainfall is more or less uniform throughout the year. Rainfall is more or less uniform throughout the year. Next, AW. क्या होगा ये AW? Winter dry. Winter dry. It is tropical, humid and dry climate. Next point, winter dry season. Winter dry season with precipitation of at least 1 month. Precipitation of at least 1 month is less than 6 centimeters. Six centimeters is a huge amount. 60 millimeters हो जाता है वो. Fine, 60 millimeters of rainfall is huge, high amount of rainfall. is less than 6 centimeters. Next, it is hot throughout the year. It is hot throughout the year. C, AM type of climate. Which is this? Tropical monsoon. So you tell me what you are going to write in this climate. Monsoon. Koi bhi, tell me what you are going to write here. Rainfall in summers. Yeah, we write summers are both dry and wet, but dry summers are shorter, April and May. Rainfall occurs only in 4 months, but the rainfall is sufficient to maintain the humidity for entire year. That is what is the monsoon. Understanding? It is only the monsoon type of climate जहाँ पे rainfall will be so heavy in the 4 months. बाकी के type of climates में the rainfall may be distributed या rainfall होगा ही नहीं. But it is monsoon where there will be so heavy rainfall but only for 4 months in a year. Getting it? If you go to UK and expect कि वहाँ पे भी monsoon type of climate है नहीं, there will be rainfall throughout the year. If you go to USA, her USA is so big कि there will be different types of climatic zones in USA. Getting it? So ऐसा मत समझो कि June, July, August is the rainy season throughout the world. It is we are living in monsoon climate, इसलिए हमारे लिए it is the rainy season. It is not the rainy season for all the parts of the world. Getting it? So AM is tropical monsoon with short dry season. Next point. The annual precipitation occurs in summers. But it is heavy to maintain sufficient moisture throughout the year. Next point. Thus, the boundary between AW and AM type of climate. The boundary between AW and AM type of climate is demarcated by an equation A is equal to 3.94 minus R divided by 25. Where R is annual precipitation, A is is precipitation of driest month. A is the precipitation of driest month. Fine. D, AS type of climate. क्या होगा AS type of climate? Summer dry. S मतलब summer dry, W मतलब winter dry. ये ध्यान में रखो बस. Summers dry. Winter dry. North India. Winter dry, Ethiopia, pseudo monsoon region. अगर North India, if you consider it as a monsoon, अभी नहीं समझ में आएगा. North India is not monsoon. Monsoon type of climate is from Eastern UP, Bihar, Bengal and Peninsular India. जो आज हमारा क्लास हो रहा है, it is in BSH type of climate. Semi-arid steppe. Delhi actually does not come in monsoon. Delhi comes in semi-arid steppe. Punjab, Haryana comes in semi-arid steppe. Western UP comes in semi-arid steppe, savanna type of climate. Monsoon starts from Eastern UP, या from Lucknow, Varanasi region. Understanding? क्योंकि in the climatic conditions ऐसे नहीं है कि 6 महीने बारिश हो रही मतलब monsoon. Monsoon के लिए there are some specific points. I am giving you in very easy manner. If I make you write 2-3 facts here, there is one more fact जो exam में लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी because 60 marks के questions नहीं आ रहे. Otherwise I would have given you many facts. यहाँ पे the each and every month should get at least 6 centimeters of rainfall except for 1 month. That is one condition in monsoon type of climate. Winters temperature should not fall below 18 degrees Celsius. That is the second condition for monsoon type of climate. So if you come to northwest India, winter में average annual temperature is less than 18 degrees Celsius. Summers are around, days are around 24-25 degrees Celsius. Fine. Nights are around 8 degrees Celsius. Divide करो. Average temperature is less than 18 degrees Celsius. Fine. But if you go in Bengal, Bihar, Bengal region, वहाँ पे because tropics के पास है, days are around 32 degrees Celsius. Nights are around 11 degrees Celsius. So average temperature is more than 18 degrees Celsius. Fine. So but उसकी इतनी detail की ज़रूरत नहीं है. That is why people are scared of climatic classifications. Factual data ज़्यादा है, nothing else. It is not at all difficult. SAS type of climate. Summer dry. Summers dry. So if this is my tropical region ka, this is my world. This is the equator. This is the Tropic of Cancer and this is the Tropic of Capricorn. Tell me AW कहाँ पे आएगा, AF कहाँ पे आएगा? Equatorial regions, ITCZ का belt. This is AF type of climate, right? 0 to 5 degree from north, 0 to 5 degrees south. Tell me AW कहाँ आएगा? All the climates which get rainfall during the summer season is AW, including AM. But the difference is AM में the rainfall is very heavy. So AW का एक subtype है AM. So I can say except for India का this part, most of the other parts यहाँ पे है, they are AW. Understanding? They are AW. Most of the other parts are AW. AS कहाँ पे आएगा? In the tropics, identify a climate which has winter rainfall but summers are dry. But summers are dry. Mediterranean comes in tropics and in temperate. That is why I made this. In tropics or in temperate, Mediterranean. Mediterranean is between 35 to 45 degree north and south. We are doing A type of climate means between 23.5 to 23.5. So Mediterranean आएगा इसमें? नहीं. Desert is on B type of climate. It is A type नहीं है वो. Tamil Nadu. Understanding? Tamil Nadu. Dry summers. What happened? Tamil Nadu is the only example. So इसलिए note down AS. Such type of climate is rarely found. Except for Tamil Nadu, there is no example in the world. Right? So such type of climate is rarely found. So A type of climate, what are the 4 types? A, F. F मतलब अभी देखो, how I used to remember. I used to remember F मतलब full rainfall throughout the year, equatorial. AS होता ही नहीं है ऐसा climate. Summers are dry, ऐसा climate है ही नहीं. AW, winters are dry. And हमारा special AM. Getting it? एग्जाम में अगर ये नहीं लिखा तो भी चलेगा. There are 3 major subtypes, AF, AW, AM. That is why I took AS in last. Choice is yours. If you have time, you write it. If you don't have time, don't write it. Getting it? B type of climate. B type of climate is further divided, don't write, पहले समझ लो. B type of climate is further divided into W and S, both are capital. BW, BS. Fine. W type of climate is further divided into small h, small k. S type of climate is further divided into small h, small k. Small k. अब B जहाँ पे मॉइस्चर कम है, W बहुत ज़्यादा मॉइस्चर कम है इसलिए इट इज़ वेरी वेरी हॉट डेजर्ट. S सेमी डेजर्ट. फाइन. कोल्ड हॉट डेजर्ट्स, कोल्ड डेजर्ट्स. हॉट सेमी डेजर्ट्स, कोल्ड सेमी डेजर्ट्स. Understanding? Very simple. B is further divided into BW and BS. Capital S. W stands for complete deserts, S stands for semi deserts. Complete deserts are BWH, hot deserts of the world, BWK. BSH, BSK. Fine? This is what is the classification. Give me an example. Can I say Thar deserts? India ka Sahara desert, everything. Tibet, Mongolia. But it cannot be Arctic and Antarctic. It is based on latitudes. Yaad rakhna. A, B, C, D, E. Hot grasslands, savanna. Yeah, India mein, western part of India, that is some parts of Rajasthan, some parts of Haryana, some parts of Punjab. Grasslands, Kutch region, and BSK is Kashmir grasslands but lying in the colder regions. Fine. So इस grasslands को आप कहते हो savanna, इस grasslands को आप कहते हो steppe. और getting it? This is what. But the only thing is, this is savanna in the tropics. This is slightly colder, isliye it is steppe of Eurasia. It is prairies of USA and it is pampas of Argentina. So it is very easy, but try to understand. So B type of climate. Now because it is based on temperature or humidity, B, humidity. So you will call this as dry climate. Dry climate. Candolle ने use किया था xerophytes. He is using dry climates. First point. Evaporation exceeds precipitation. Evaporation exceeds precipitation. Full stop. Second point. Precipitation is not sufficient. Precipitation is not sufficient to maintain moisture precipitation is not sufficient to maintain moisture as well as groundwater table. Third point. Based on this, he classified them into B, W, dry, desert, and BS. BS, that is semi-desert. So W matlab desert and S matlab semi-desert. Getting it? Next. Based on temperature, the B type of climate is further divided into H, annual, ये सारा एवरेज है, हाँ, एवरेज या मीन एनुअल टेम्परेचर, above 18 degrees Celsius, K, mean annual temperature below 18 degrees Celsius. Below 18 degrees Celsius. And thus, there are four subtypes. BWH, tropical or hot deserts, BW, K, mid latitude or cold deserts, average annual temperature less than 18 degrees Celsius. So if you are if you are following, tell me which isotherm is the most important isotherm as per Köppen. Isotherm मतलब टेम्परेचर वाली लाइन कौन सी है उसकी मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट आइसोथर्म 18 डिग्री सेल्सियस फाइन ही हैज यूज्ड दैट फॉर क्लासिफाइंग द क्लाइमेट BSH सेमी एरिड सवाना उसमें फिर से टेम्परेचर is greater than 18 degrees Celsius and BSK fine. It's B type of climate. Can I continue? C type of climate. Just remember what are our subpoints. Our subpoints are minor climatic divisions are H, K, S, W, M. Fine. H and K will apply only to B. So H, K खत्म हो गए. अब बचता है F, M, S, W. So अब C type of climate. M will apply only to A type of climates because monsoon is found only in tropical regions. So M भी चला गया. So C के divisions कितने हैं? CF, CS, CW. CF means full rainfall throughout the year. Britain, Western Europe. Understanding? Rainfall throughout the year. Temperate latitudes. Britain gets rainfall throughout the year. Why? Because of the warming effect of the warm currents. CS, summers are dry. Mediterranean type of climate. CW, winters are dry. Not important. CM होता ही नहीं है. A, B, C, D, E, H, W, S, K, M. B को ही अप्लाई होता है H N K. A को ही अप्लाई होता है M. So बचता है W, S and F. It is found in all the regions. Whether it is C, whether it is D, E को कुछ भी अप्लाई नहीं होगा. Fine? So C type of climate. Just try to remember this examples. So CF means Britain. CW means Mediterranean. And CW means normal. जब बाकी की जगह जहाँ winters में rainfall नहीं होता. Eastern Europe, Siberia, etc. वहाँ जहाँ पे summers में ही rainfall होता है. No need of making this map. CF, right? CS, surrounding the Mediterranean Sea. और बाकी का CW. उसके ऊपर D, उसके ऊपर E. E is Arctic. D, ये ऐसे नहीं जाएगा, इट्स वेरी रफ, ये ऐसे जाएगा. डी उसके ऊपर. So C type of climate, it is known as humid. It is known as humid mesothermal or warm temperate. Climate, warm temperate climate. Warm temperate climate. Rainfall, so in that, so humid mesothermal, बस इतना ही याद रखो, it is just a warm temperate. Rainfall, sorry, average temperature of the coldest month is below 18 degrees Celsius. That is, see, he divides everything on the basis of 18 degrees Celsius. Is below 18 degrees Celsius, but above -3 degrees Celsius. Is above -3 degrees Celsius. In Savinder Singh, it is given above 3 degrees Celsius and below 13 degrees Celsius. Typo error है, कुछ नहीं है. Typing error है. It is 18 and -3. Next. Based on the seasonal distribution of precipitation, it is further divided into CF. क्या लिखोगे इसके आगे? रेनफॉल या प्रेसिपिटेशन? प्रेसिपिटेशन क्या लिखोगे? थ्रू आउट द ईयर. प्रेसिपिटेशन थ्रू आउट द ईयर. CF, precipitation throughout the year. Precipitation throughout the year. Next point, it is similar. This is found in West European type. This is found in West Europe. This is found in West Europe and is known as British type of climate. Is known as British type of climate. British type of climate. Geography optional. 6 o'clock. You check the mail. Ask Chaitanya sir what I had told him 6 o'clock because this class will be till 5:30. Wait for half an hour then. CFA and CFB. करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. दिस जस्ट फॉर एक्सप्लेनेशन. एग्जाम के लिए बिल्कुल याद मत रखना. CFA मतलब इंटीरियर पार्ट्स ऑफ वेस्टर्न यूरोप. CFB मतलब मैरीटाइम पार्ट्स ऑफ वेस्टर्न यूरोप. फाइन, बट इतना नहीं लिखना है. सेकंड, CW ड्राई विंटर्स. ड्राई विंटर्स. There is 10 times more precipitation. There is 10 times more precipitation in the wettest month of summer in the wettest month of summer as compared to the driest month of winters. There has to be specific criteria, understand? It is known as China type of climate. It is known as China type of climate. China type means no. It is also known as temperate monsoon. China type of climate. Lastly, CS. S matlab summer, dry. W matlab winter, dry. Dry summers. It represents Mediterranean type of climate. It represents Mediterranean type of climate. Where winter rainfall or winter precipitation during the wettest month is 3 times the precipitation than driest summer month. 3 times the precipitation than driest summer month. पहले के इसमें 10 times, इसमें winter wettest month is 3 times the precipitation than the driest summer month. अब D type means which climate? Microthermal. अब it will be further divided into DF and DW. DS नहीं होगा. S will apply only to C type of climate, that is Mediterranean. Fine. D type of climate is humid, microthermal. What is the basis of criteria? Is the temperature of coldest month is below -3 degree Celsius. So he it will classify for D type of climate. If the temperature falls below -3, otherwise वो C बन जाएगा. Fine. Second, summers are short, but more than 10 degrees Celsius. But more than 10 degrees Celsius. Temperature is more than 10 degrees Celsius. -3 winters, -3 से कम D, -3 से ज़्यादा C. Summers 10 से 18 D, C is greater than 18. Always greater than 18 A. Dryness के ऊपर B. Fine. It has been further divided into DF. अब F मतलब no dry season. Precipitation throughout the year. Precipitation throughout the year. It represents taiga or boreal biome. Dominated by evergreen coniferous trees. Dominated by evergreen coniferous trees. So evergreen के लिए there has to be rainfall throughout the year, but rainfall नहीं होगा, यहाँ पे snowfall होगा, and therefore trees are conical in shape. Taiga region, GS, fine, and DW. DW. You already know what is DW. Dry winters. Dry winters. DW, dry winters. This is found in the continental interiors. This is found in the continental interiors of Canada and Siberia. And the last type of climate is E, polar. Hecistothermal, right? E. The summer temperature or the temperature of the warmest month, E. Temperature of the warmest month is less than 10 degrees Celsius, less than 10 degrees Celsius. Less than 10 degrees Celsius. It is further divided into ET, E and capital T. ET, tundra climate. Tundra climate. Tundra comes in periglacial or glacial geomorphology. Periglacial means summer temperature is below 10 degrees Celsius but above 0 degrees Celsius. Below 10 degrees Celsius but above 0 degrees Celsius. Warmest month का temperature is below 10 degrees Celsius but above 0 degrees Celsius. Clear? And last, EF. EF is permanent snow cover. Is the permanent snow cover. EF, capital F, permanent slow field, where temperature is always below 0 degree Celsius. This is his classification. आसान है जब आप रिवाइज करोगे तो, रिवाइज नहीं करोगे तो सब भूल जाओगे, नहीं तो कुछ भी नहीं है। ए बी सी डी ई टेम्परेचर के बेसिस पे है, सो एफ डब्ल्यू एस एन एम, एम एक्स्ट्रा इसमें। ये टेम्परेचर एंड मॉइस्चर के बेसिस पे है, सो इसलिए मॉइस्चर के कारण डब्ल्यू एन एस। डब्ल्यू को फिर से एच एंड के, एस को फिर से एच एन के, फाइन। डब्ल्यू इज डेजर्ट, सेमी डेजर्ट, एस। सी फिर से वही है, एफ डब्ल्यू एस, मॉनसून नहीं है। डी इज डी डब्ल्यू डी एफ, बिकॉज in the D type of climate, in Siberia, continental interiors, you remember continental interiors such as Siberia. That is why basics, even if they are not asked in the exam, they should be very strong because of this reason. We have done some basic things such as maritime climates and the interiors, continental climate. So W is the continental interiors. In this continental interiors, during the winters temperature is very less, but during the summers temperature increases because of extremes. And due to this summer में temperature increase के कारण there is convection, and convection के कारण there is, due to convection there is rainfall. So there cannot be DS here. Understanding? ये इसीलिए basics are very, basics should be very strong. And ये tundra, F, permanent ice cap, Arctic and Antarctic. This H and K, hot and cold. Let them learn Köppen. So what is the benefit of Köppen? Köppen ka benefit is he has utilized only 12 letters instead of Thornwhite का 128 letters. उसमें से भी benefit है कि he has utilized only 5 letters. Fine. Easy है Köppen. आज जाके रिवाइज करो. Köppen is very easy. And make your own micro notes, half page में पूरे Köppen का. Fine. Try to make a world map of Köppen. Try on your own today to make a world map of Köppen. You already know if this is my world map. This is optional. This is my world. Half an hour, 5:30. ये है AF, फाइन. ये है AM, AW, फाइन. Then BS, BW. Somewhere in the interiors, BWK, BWH, BSH, BSK. Don't make this. I'm just telling you. BSK, CF, CS, CW, DF, DW, E, F, E, T, उसके ऊपर EF. This is very rough, but and that is why if we do GS, we make this simple diagram. Of if this is the northern hemisphere, 0 to 10, 10 to 30, 65, 85. we call this as equatorial forest. This is our imaginary continent. Your box is now an imaginary continent. यहाँ पे oceans है, यहाँ पे ocean है. Fine. So this is equatorial. That is, it will come in A, F category. This is the belt of trade winds. Onshore winds, अंदर जाते जाते rainfall कम होता है. A, M, monsoon. Fine. Savanna, B, S, H. Deserts, always on the western coast of the continents where the trade winds are offshore. B, W, H. S is semi-arid, W is arid. फिर यहाँ पे only on the western side of continents, it is Mediterranean type of climate, that is C, S. इसके ऊपर will come semi-arid steppe, B, S, K, and यहाँ पे will come CW, China type of climate. Winters are dry. Laurentia, उसके ऊपर Laurentia is an exception. आधे घंटे बाद स्पेसिफिकली मैंने मैसेज करके कहा था कि 6 बजे डिस्कशन रखो. सो 5 बजे का ही आया है. सो फाइन. इसके ऊपर जाओगे तो CF, वेस्ट यूरोपियन टाइप ऑफ क्लाइमेट. अंदर जाओगे तो DF or DW, depending upon where it is. Fine. DW में ही आएगा Laurentia type of climate. There is more rainfall during the summers rather than winters. अब Laurentia is not, and China type is not a biome. It is a climate. You will understand the difference between biome and a climate. And उसके ऊपर आएगा E, which can be EF and ET. This will be ET and उसके ऊपर EF. Fine. Westerly winds. Westerly winds come from onshore, so rainfall throughout the year. But because they are in the higher latitudes, it is cold. अंदर जाएंगे तो जहाँ jet streams है, they will, and temperate cyclones will give precipitation throughout the year. So DF. जहाँ पे jet streams नहीं है, where they are meandering, precipitation is only through convection during the summers. So DW. Understanding? Tundra, summers periglacial. Summers में ice will melt, winters में there will be ice. Arctic, permanent ice cap. Getting it? So this is Köppen. Fine. So advantages of Köppen क्या क्या है? Don't worry about Thorn White. Thorn White is very easy. I will not make you write Thorn White. मेरे micro notes से ही हमें Thorn Whites पढ़ना है. But Köppen and Trevartha should be very strong. And you have seen Thorn White में UPSC also knows कि बच्चों को नहीं समझ में आएगा, वो आगे जाता ही नहीं Thorn White में. It just asks उसका criteria. Understanding? Because Thorn White cannot be answered in 20 marker question. उसके लिए minimum question has to be 60 marker. Thorn White is so big, so it cannot be answered. Imagine it is so difficult कि there cannot be a world map even after computers. Even today is the era of computers. Thorn White का classification came in 1948 and still 2019 तक world map नहीं है Thorn White का. Go and search on Google, you will not find a world map of Thorn White. So क्यों UPSC ने जो syllabus में दिया है, UPSC will also restrict itself till the upper part. But Köppen should be done in detail. You have seen uska limitations, uska this, everything has been asked. Fine. So advantages. The two characteristics of temperature and precipitation. The two elements which are used in his classification. the two elements which are used in his classification. That is temperature and precipitation. Temperature and precipitation are very easy to measure, and hence by understanding his classification, it is easy to identify the flora and fauna of his region. Identify flora and fauna of the region. अब समझ में आ रहा है flora and fauna of the region. Good for fishing. कहाँ पे होगा tropical evergreen, कहाँ पे होगा temperate evergreen. Flora and fauna of a region. So tell me, does it have a predictive value? Can you predict? Yes. Second, it uses simple alphabets for both major divisions and minor divisions. Major divisions and minor divisions. Which makes the classification easy for general students as well as subject scholars. Full stop. In the same point. Can you identify the vegetation with this? We can. Due to its relationship between vegetation and climate, it is appealing even to botanists. देखो geographers को तो appealing है ही, it is appealing even to the subjects of botany. Those who study botany, appealing. Who was Vladimir Koppen? Botanist, botany का professor था. Fine. So it is appealing even to the students of botany. Botanist नहीं लिखना है तो scholars of botany लिखो. Next. Trade wind, westerlies, polar easterlies. Can you easily identify? That is why I made this map. Can you say this is a trade wind zone? This is ITCZ. This is subtropical high pressure belt. This is westerly wind zone. Fine? So that is the next point. There is a correlationship between general atmospheric circulation. There is correlationship between general atmospheric circulation and his climatic types. Next benefit. Understanding winds and climatic types. Next benefit. he uses only three major isotherms of 10 degrees Celsius, 18 degrees Celsius and -3 degrees Celsius. पूरा उससे क्लासिफाई किया, ओनली 3, 18, ऑलवेज ओवर 18, समर्स में ऑलवेज ओवर 10 but less than 18, fine, more than 0 and 10 less than 0. And the last, because of its simplicity and generalization, don't write over generalization, it is commonly used at primary education level. Or different education level, जो लिखना है लिखो, different education level. ये है थॉर्नवाइट. If you teach it to 8, 9, 10 standard का students, what they will understand? Fine. This is just a example of thornwhite. This is potential evapotranspiration and this is potential evapotranspiration index. Fine. This is just one equation in thornwhite. ऐसे 3 equations है जो करने हैं. जो equation मैंने कोपन में दिया है, choice is yours. If you can remember, very good. If you don't want to remember, it will not at all matter. But thornwhite में you should remember. Fine. What is the negative? Positives ही नहीं होंगे, कुछ ना कुछ तो negative होगा. AM, monsoon type of climate. Why the vegetation is different here? 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 Because rainfall and insolation is different. इसने कहीं बात की है that there will be, how there will be variation in the rainfall, why there is variation in the seasons, why there is variation in the rainfall in the same type of climate. Right? Tropical evergreen, semi-evergreen, deciduous, India में ही दिखता है. He calls this as a AM type of climate. So उसको thornwhite कहता है that ये depend करता है potential evapotranspiration से. We'll meet tomorrow with thornwhite. I'll take long class tomorrow because I want to start thoughts tomorrow. Long class means around 3.5 hours.